told, and I do understand too, that we have not reached the alarm threshold. I mean, our debt to GDP ratio is still within manageable limits. It's still less than 65%, which is the alarm threshold. But I think we hover between 35, 50, and all of that. So we are still cool with it. So why is it that people have a problem with the money we are borrowing to fund infrastructure and all of that?
Thank you very much. I think I listened to what you were saying about when your presentation. You mentioned that P2B was making reference to South Africa. I think P2B has to be a bit careful and sensitive to the thinking of Nigerians. In this stage now, where South Africa has adopted a very, very Afrophobic, xenophobic attitude against Nigerians, it is not in good taste to begin to cite South Africa as an example in anti-corruption issues, particularly because even South Africa itself, the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, is neck deep in corruption. It's a very corrupt society. So that is not to take away from the reality of what he's saying about the debt to GDP ratio. And I'll tell you clearly, that is absolute nonsense. It is one of these Bretton Woods institution garbage, which is churned out. I mean, what do you need to borrow? Why borrow? They tell you there must be a 60%. It is, the more you borrow, the more you entrap yourself into this debt trap issue. There's nothing like 60%. I mean, and this, sadly enough, Nigerians economists tend to key into it, and we are still in the threshold where we can still make. What are you borrowing for? Ask yourself in your house, because we're always thinking of a country as an opaque personality. In your home, do you need to borrow? Why borrow when you can actually curtail your expenses? Now, in this state, in this country, we can curtail our expenses. We can use what we have we can even repair the things that have run down rather than borrowing. Let me give you a critical example. Across Nigeria, there are many tractors, earth-moving equipment which are lying fallow across the country. Thousands of them. Why will you need to borrow to go and buy new machines to build roads? When you can challenge our engineers, go back and repair these things, and it will work. But then when you listen to this World Bank garbage, they will tell you that you are still within the debt to GDP. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Okay, but I think the problem seems to be with the fact that, I don't know if you have heard this line before, when they said that, no economy can make progress without borrowing. And a sad instance of United States and Japan, which happen to be the two most indebted countries in the world, but their economies are running.
Yes.
And so, why is it difficult for us? Why is our own case different? Is it that we don't manage the borrowed money, or what? And when you ask people in government, they make reference to infrastructure. They said the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, they say is going to connect states, create interconnectivity between the hinterland and the urban centers, and it's going to open up trade. Don't you see that coming when that road is completed?
No, you see, such cliches. No borrow, you can make progress. It's part of this scam I'm telling you about. I was in the Gambia for some time. They have roads built with these palm fruit nuts. And these roads are strong and very durable. But when you keep on hearing you cannot borrow to make, you must borrow to make progress, you think of this asphalt tile, that you need to import machines from abroad to make these things. You can look inwards. You can even think of making mud. Get our engineers to think. Make mud and make it durable. Is that possible? Yes. Has it been done elsewhere? Yes. But when you always have this mindset, these cliches, and we must divorce ourselves of those mindsets to make progress.
Okay.
As long as we are gaining onto those things, we're not going to move forward. Because these guys who are giving you these loans, they love to give you loans. They know you will steal these loans. They know that you misapply.
And you remain indebted to them.
Beautiful.
And subservient to them. Okay.
That is the odd thing about, and we don't need to. Look at the Sahel states, the 3 Sahel states, who have even stopped borrowing. Are they not making progress? Are they not relying on their internal the manpower? Are they not building roads? Are they not using their own engineers?
I'm not sure that they have completely stopped borrowing. About 3 months ago, this young man from Burkina Faso borrowed about $30 million to fund, some kind of development in his country. So they have not completely stopped.
No, I mean, I agree. You cannot completely stop, but you can minimize it to the absolute minimum. Okay. But in this case in Nigeria, we need to borrow to go and pay salaries. We need to borrow to do any project. It has become madness.
Madness.
In a short.
All right, but before I bring Indele into this conversation, I think Peter Obi apparently made reference to